Alright, hello everyone. Now, in this class, this video, we'll take up a very popular topic which is related to addition of HBr to an alkene. And when we talk about an unsymmetrical alkene to which HBr is added, we have seen Markovnikov's rule in the past. We expect the negative end of the molecule, which is Br minus, to go to the carbon having lesser hydrogen. Now that was in accordance with the stability of carbocation. We know the mechanism of electrophilic addition. You are expected to know the mechanism. You are expected to know about the stability of carbocation. Along with this Markovnikov's rule, there's going to be another segment, where we talk about anti-MR bromination. Now this anti-MR bromination is possible by, again, adding HBr to an unsymmetrical alkene, this time in presence of a peroxide, this time using a peroxide. So it's very popularly called peroxide effect or Kharas effect. Kharas effect after the name of the scientist who figured it out. An interesting fact is, both these people, Markovnikov and Kharas, were contemporaries. Now two people working in two different places, two different countries on the planet, were reporting different major products when an unsymmetrical alkene was added to HBr. So Markovnikov was claiming, that bromine goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, and this gentleman was claiming that he was getting another product as the major product. As a matter of fact, although it's learnt and taught, like on adding peroxide deliberately a particular product is obtained, Kharas never knew that it's happening under the influence of peroxide. If you do not keep alkene preserved properly, alkene might get aerially oxidized to produce peroxide in the system. So it was all very incidental. It was all incidental. Even Kharas didn't know that because he is not able to preserve alkene very clinically. Even Kharas didn't know that the mixture he is working with contains peroxide. And whether it's about things happening incidentally, and later on we figure out that it's the mechanism, eventually it's the mechanism which is going to decide the fate of any organic reaction. Even as a student, you will want to practice the mechanism more intensely. Instead of a Markovnikov's rule or an anti-Markovnikov's rule, instead of a carbon having lesser hydrogen or more hydrogen, your focus would be to know the mechanism, how in presence of peroxide, from electrophilic addition, the mechanism is becoming a free radical mechanism altogether. We are going to take up all those discussions in this class, and certainly the objective is to make you aware of, and as I have always told you, whenever you do organic chemistry, it's best you have a pen and paper. You always try to make bonds, break bonds of your own. Try to understand what is leading to a major product in a given reaction, and certainly with a pen and paper in hand, always trying to draw the mechanism. It's only about time. A good student in due course starts visualizing the product. That can happen with all of us. It's only about practice. It's only about knowing things fundamentally and knowing the mechanism. When it's without peroxide, it's the carbocationic mechanism, and when it's in presence of peroxide, the peroxide effect or Kharas effect, it's the free radical mechanism. I'm going to talk about the free radical mechanism, but before that I'll brief you about the carbocationic mechanism a little bit, and eventually it's the mechanism which will decide the major product. So let's begin with the simplest unsymmetrical alkene, which is propene. And normally when propene reacts with HBr, this is the major product, 2-bromopropane. When negative Br minus goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen. So this is the so-called Markovnikov's product, Markovnikov's rule product. And this is minor. Naturally, you can call it anti-MR, anti-Markovnikov's rule product. Now, this is when HBr normally adds to alkene like propene, unsymmetrical alkene. The same in presence of a peroxide. It could be an Organic peroxide, no, this is called a peroxo bond. This is called a peroxo bond. Organic peroxide, or it could be H2O2 or H2O2. Organic or inorganic peroxide. In presence of peroxide, HBr, and you would see the reverse. 1 bromopropane will become major. 1 bromopropane will become major. So this is the anti-MR bromination. This is the anti-MR bromination, which is very popularly studied as the peroxide effect or Karaff effect. So normally Br minus will go to the carbon having lesser high hydrogen in accordance with the Markovnikov rule, and you know from the mechanism here 2 degree carbocation is more stable than 1 degree carbocation. We had seen here 2 degree carbocation is more than stable than 1 degree carbocation. So basically this is major because if we recall the mechanism, basically this is major because it's preceded by this carbocation. This carbocation, which is 2 degree and more stable than a 1 degree carbocation. Recall we used to call it intermediate A, intermediate B, giving product A or product B. You know, A is more stable and naturally with Br minus is maturing to the major product. 2 degree carbocation is more stable than 1 degree carbocation. So normally it's the carbocation as the intermediate, and this A and B is because of H plus in the slow step or the rate determining step, forcing this pi bond either to move to the right, possibility A, H plus will come here, leaving a positive charge here, or B. I keep on saying A or B will happen in 2 different molecules. A or B will happen in 2 different molecules. Possibility A would give me intermediate A, possibility B will give me intermediate B. Right away, this is a more stable carbocation. Carbon having lesser hydrogen is the carbon having more branching, and a more branched carbon is going to give you a more stable carbocation. We all know 3 degree more than 2 degree more than 1 degree. So normally the negative goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen because that is the site of a more stable carbocation. So this is electrophilic addition in general. Not from the standpoint of any particular rule given by any gentleman, but rather from the standpoint of the stability of intermediate. A student would want to know that the major product will always come from the more stable intermediate. Jitna stable intermediate hoga, A or B में A will happen in more number of molecules, and naturally intermediate A being more stable will mature to A as the major product. Every time by major we mean the one which is formed more in yield. So even where Markovnikov rule is observed, we want to know the mechanism. We understand Markovnikov rule is because of the stability of carbocation, and suddenly with peroxide, it will be a different picture altogether. Because it will be a different story altogether. Here peroxide would change the course of the mechanism. It will be a different mechanism altogether. This is electrophilic addition, and now we are going to take up free radical mechanism. Before that, peroxide, this is how you identify a peroxo bond. Peroxide is going to be an unstable bond. Peroxides will readily break, giving free radical. I tell you in the first class of organic chemistry, once a free radical is generated, chances are the entire mechanism will be free radical, because free radical is an unstable paramagnetic species. Even Karaff didn't know that it's happening under the influence of the peroxide. So we are certainly more privileged. And we are going to have more smarter and a more scientific approach, even compared to the people who are the inventors and after whom the so-called rules are there in the syllabus. So let's take up the mechanism of free radical mechanism now and see how peroxide is going to change the game altogether. Now peroxide, as I told you, is unstable. And peroxide will break in this manner. Say this is a peroxo bond. It will break homolytically. Peroxo bond will break homolytically, unstable, to give you 2RO dot. Now a free radical becomes stable by forming another free radical. So a RO dot with HBr would form ROH. Once a free radical, all bonds are broken homolytically. Because this will have a single electron, it will need H dot. It will need a single electron from hydrogen to form ROH, and naturally you will get Br dot. And this is the basic difference. This is the basic difference. Normally the process begins by the attack of an electrophile H plus. Here Br dot will be the attacking species. Here Br dot will be the attacking species. Normally H plus starts proceedings. Here Br dot will start proceedings. Br dot and now this bond will also break homolytically. सारा बॉन्ड बीच से टूटेगा. ये यहाँ पर आ गया, ये यहाँ पर आ गया. Now either Br dot can go to the terminal carbon, either it can go to the terminal carbon, I'll call it possibility A, or it can go to the non-terminal carbon, I'll call it possibility B. Naturally, I do it very deliberately. I do this tagging so that you know at your end it's very comfortable to understand that possibility A and this two forming a bond will leave a free radical here. So possibility A and naturally this will be the free radical form, and possibility B, this will be the free radical form. Possibility A would mean the single electron with the single electron will form a bond, leaving you a free radical or single electron here. So possibility A will give you free radical A, possibility B will give you free radical B, and certainly this 2 degree free radical is more stable than a 1 degree free radical. 2 degree free radical is more stable than a 1 degree free radical. Now suppose it interacts with another HBr, and this time it takes H dot, this time it takes H dot, this time it takes H dot to form this product and this product, and naturally A is major, B is minor. Negative goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, negative goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, negative goes to the less branched carbon, because in the process the free radical is kept on a more branched carbon. Like carbocation, 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree. Even for free radical, 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree. So you know the picture should be clear. It all began with H plus, where it was normal electrophilic addition without peroxide. But the moment you have peroxide, things move completely differently. Now you have free radical mechanism, and free radical mechanism will mean throughout you will have free radicals generated. The intermediate, this will be a free radical, and 2 degrees more stable than 1 degree. I do tell you, you practice it a few times, you know the intermediates, and naturally after a while, you know, after a given time and a period of practice, you start visualizing the products. It's not that difficult. I'm going to do a couple of more examples for you. You're going to keep on trying it till it all becomes instinctive, it becomes a habit, and nothing needs to be marked up. Negative is going to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, because negative Br dot, bromine this time, will start the mechanism, and it goes to the less branched carbon to give you a more branched carbon free radical. In the previous case, it was all because of H plus, it was all because of carbocation. And there the negative had to go to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, because that was step 2. Bromine was added in step 2, and carbocation stability was the criteria there. So maybe very quickly we will take up a few more examples, like another unsymmetrical alkene. You add HBr normally, this would be major, and naturally this would be minor. In the language of Markovnikov's rule, Br minus is going to the carbon having lesser hydrogen. This is only carbon, this is CH2, and it's all because of the fact that out of these two carbocations, 3 degree carbocation is more stable than 1 degree carbocation. Negative goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, because it's all because of H plus beginning proceedings. I'm always tempted to draw A, B, most of the times, having done this thousands of times in my life, several batches, several places, still I'm tempted to draw possibility A giving me intermediate A, possibility B giving me intermediate B, and if this is more stable, it will mature to the major product. A will be major, B will be minor. When you people are learning it for the first time, naturally, you'll have to give it a try. Always sit with a pen and paper, try to draw these arrowheads. The same in presence of a peroxide. The same in presence of a peroxide. And the reverse happens, this becomes major, this becomes major, this becomes major, the other one is minor, anti-MR, negative goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen. This becomes major, and what should come to your mind is, the corresponding free radical. It all begins with Br dot, and this is major because initially Br dot gives you a more stable 3 degree free radical here. So this is major because this free radical is more stable, and naturally between this 3 degree and 1 degree you will want 3 degree free radical to be more stable. यहाँ पे H प्लस जाकर के कार्बोकेटाइन बनाता है, ज्यादा स्टेबल कार्बोकेटाइन में Br लगता है, यहाँ पे Br डॉट से प्रोसेस चालू होता है. So naturally A and B, this is more stable. यहाँ पर Br itself would go to the carbon having lesser hydrogen, so that a more stable carbocation, more stable free radical is generated. So once you start visualizing all of it, you will realize that it's about the mechanism, it's about the intermediate, not because of a couple of rules set by a couple of gentlemen. Maybe the rules sounded good, and currently I think we do not need the rules. We talk about the rules only because it's finding place in the syllabus. Only because Markovnikov's rule and Kharaf effect is there in our syllabus, we want to associate these names with these rules. Otherwise, you can always call normal electrophilic addition giving you a more branched alkyl halide, and the other way when you're doing it in presence of a peroxide. We can quickly take up a few more examples. This time involving cyclic alkenes, and I'm making it as unsymmetrical again. So normal HBr addition, this is major, and this is minor, this is major, and this is minor. Yet again, bromine goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen to give you the major product because it's carbocation. It's 3 degree carbocation, more stable than 2 degree carbocation. It's 3 degree carbocation, more stable than 2 degree carbocation. It's 3 degree carbocation, more stable than 2 degree carbocation. The same in presence of a peroxide. You see this will be major. This will be minor. This will be major because it all happens with Br dot, giving you a more stable free radical in this form. This is more stable than this one. 3 degree is more stable than 2 degree. So here negative goes to the carbon having lesser hydrogen because it's the second step, and the carbon having lesser hydrogen is going to give you a more stable carbocation. Here the reverse is happening, anti-MR, because the mechanism is free radical. Br dot goes first, and Br dot goes first and prefers to go to the carbon which is having more hydrogen, which is less branched, so that the free radical could be placed on a more branched carbon. So I think all of this is going to help you. You draw it several times, you practice it several times, so that you don't depend upon any rule. You know the mechanism. Now unnecessarily I am not going to load you with more examples. I think 2 or 3 examples are enough. We can always talk, we can always have our doubts and queries, answered, but this was the case. So HBr HBr could be added to this carbon. This is major. Could be added to this carbon in terms of a peroxide. And trust me, it can also be added to this carbon. It can also be added to this carbon. First of all, this is called allylic position. This is called allylic position. So the third product, I'll call it an allylic bromide. I'll call it an allylic bromide. And to get allylic bromide, there are two ways. A very popular reagent is NBS. NBS. Till now we know this reagent. It's called N-bromosuccinimide. 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 Now what does N-bromosuccinimide does? N-bromosuccinimide, it carries allylic and benzylic bromination. So you know about allylic carbon. Allylic carbon is the carbon next to a double bond. So NBS and bromine could be added to an allylic carbon to get an allylic bromide. Allylic next to a double bond. Benzylic, you know, is next to a ring. So it can carry out allylic and benzylic bromination. Different reagents, different mechanisms. N-bromosuccinimide, you need to identify, know this reagent. It's going to come from succinic acid, succinimide. I can give you the structure of N-bromosuccinimide as well. But it also is going to give you Br dot, and I can get bromine at all the three positions. It's important that you start identifying new reagents as well. What is the role of NBS? To do allylic and benzylic bromination. Allylic means next to a double bond. Benzylic, you know, is next to a ring, an aromatic ring. Another important fact related to Kharas effect or peroxide effect, and that is it's observed only for HBr. It's observed only for HBr. Means you can't do it with HCl or HI. HCl with or without peroxide. HCl with or without peroxide. This would be the major product. You will have no anti-amar chlorination. You will have no anti-amar chlorination. So peroxide effect is only for HBr. Peroxide effect is only for HBr, not for HCl or HI. If this is HCl, this is HBr, and this is HI. Most of you understand? Chlorine to bromine to iodine, moving down the group, size increases, bond length increases. This is difficult to break. It doesn't break. Again, general organic chemistry class 1 I tell you, homolytic fission is more challenging. ये bond टूटेगा नहीं. HCl का bond टूटेगा नहीं. HBr टूटेगा, peroxide के साथ में Br dot देगा. So this Br dot, you know, is going to pull off anti-Markovnikov bromination or Kharas effect. This will not give you Cl dot. HCl smaller bond length, more bond energy, छोटा bond है, bond energy ज़्यादा है, homolytic fission होगा नहीं, it will not give you Cl dot. Homolytic fission will not happen. Cl dot is not obtained. Br dot is obtained, and HBr you have peroxide effect. This is even simpler. इसका bond length बहुत ज़्यादा है, bond energy और कम है. This will give you I dot very readily. But the problem is it gives you I dot very readily, and two I dot right away form an iodine molecule. So here it's very challenging, and here I dot, being a bigger species, will form iodine very readily. So for two different reasons, HCl and HI do not give peroxide effect, and you will want to note somewhere, you will want to know that peroxide effect is only for HBr, not for HCl or HI. So I think this will take care of most of the questions around Kharas effect and anti-peroxide, anti-Markovnikov or peroxide effect. Although I'm always willing to discuss the mechanism in details. So I tell you about several cases of anti-MR before talking about the conventional peroxide effect or anti-MR bromination, which is there in our syllabus, and will certainly account for several questions in different school exams, board exams, even in entrance exams, where you need to know the mechanism properly. So this much, I guess, in this particular video. In the upcoming videos, we'll talk about more reactions of alkene. Thank you so much.